I'm Esther Hertzfeld, Executive Editor of Hotel Management, and I'm here with Brian Quinn, Chief Development Officer at the Rivett Group and My Place Hotels. Congratulations on the new role.
Thank you very much. Good to be with you.
Great. So you are in this brand new role. What is the one thing that you're focused on unlock for the company first?
I would say it's like getting the playbook right? You got to have a plan. We got to look at the processes and the people, and then ultimately you have to perform. But I think your first obligation when you go in new is to listen, right? Understand what's working, where there may be some opportunities, where there may be some gaps, and then really optimize, what's going on there. But it's an incredible honor. I was lucky enough to meet Ron a couple of times, and it's just incredible in our industry how it can come full circle like that. So.
Well, that's great for you. So My Place has really strong momentum. Extended stay in general has really strong momentum. Where are you targeting growth next?
The product works in primary markets, secondary markets, tertiary markets. The majority of the growth to date has been in secondary and tertiary. So I think we'll continue to sort of work on what has worked. Ultimately, we'll have to go vertical into the primary markets a little bit, and that makes extended stay look a little different and feel a little different. You think about the floor plate, but the business model won't change. There's a fierce commitment to keep it uncomplicated and to make sure that the flow-throughs can be there for the ownership. So I think that filter will always exist as we look at the markets. If I think about new opportunities, though, it's going to be the opportunity to talk to some different types of ownership groups, right? Multifamily can bolt on to extended stay. And there's some other sort of different investors in the CRE world that would love to get into hotels and see it as a bit fractured. What the Rivett Group has that's kind of unique is the opportunity to provide management and construction and the brand. And a lot of times that's a sort of a pausing thing for the investor team. So
you worked at a lot of big brands. So what's different about building growth for the Rivett Group in My Place?
Yeah, but first, back to the Rivett Group, just that it's, to work with an iconic family that created one of the, most popular brands is just, you only get a couple of chances to do that. And then, sometimes in the bigger brands, and I love all my friendly competitors in the bigger brands, the engine is already going and you get to steward the engine. Here, we're still building the engine, right? To come in at the first third is really fun because I think you can put your fingerprints on it and hopefully learn a lot from them, but also bring, the things that I've experienced to help them scale quicker.
So extended stay, it's still really hot. It has been, and it still is. How are you staying competitive as more players kind of enter that space?
Yeah, I think stay true to where we've positioned the brand, right? So it's upper mid-scale, 60-40 split, 60% transient, 40% extended stay. Making sure we're very, very diligent to make sure that those extended stay demand generators are close enough to drive that, that 40%, but also make sure that the hotel teams have the tools to arbitrage that 60%, because that's where a lot of the cream comes from. Regarding the rate, I think don't overcomplicate the model, right? The feedback that I've gotten from the franchisees so far is that great people, fairness around the fees. Don't add anything. don't complicate it. As it relates to sort of new entrances, into the space, I think it further validates the demand for extended stay. Just was reviewing the Highland Group and CoStar of some of the April numbers came out. Supply is up. Not a lot of segments where supply is being added, lifestyle, luxury, extended stay. So to be in one of the spaces that's growing is a good sign, makes you feel good. Demand is up. Occupancy, ADR, RevPAR, all also up. And some of the biggest gains we've seen since 22. So I think that segment continues to be validated. And the runway in the Highland Group, the runway to 2032, I mean, it's just incredible. The number of guests that haven't even tried an extended stay hotel yet. So more locations, more trial. I think there's an incredible runway for the business.
Great. Well, we're so excited to see what you're going to do.
Thank you. Thank you for being a great industry partner along my journey too. So appreciate it.